Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lindsay Urban, the Director of the Arts Institute of Middlesex County. Welcome to Art and Storytime. Today and for the rest of the month, we are celebrating Poetry Month, and we are joined today by our friends at the Civic League of Greater New Brunswick. Please set your screens to speaker view. We are recording this session, and if you wish to remain anonymous, please keep your camera off. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Sean Hewitt, the Director of Youth Leadership at the Civic League of Greater New Brunswick.
Thank you, Ms. Lindsay. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful day. As mentioned, my name is Mr. Sean Hewitt. I'm the Director of Youth Leadership for the Civic League of Greater New Brunswick. We are an organization that has been in existence for over 75 years, serving the Greater New Brunswick community through youth activities, after-school programs, and great initiatives like this one. So it has been our honor to be partners with the Art Institute of Middlesex County. And I have some of my fabulous students here that are going to help facilitate activities and do some wonderful, wonderful, engaging things. So I'm going to pass it back over to Miss Lindsay, who's going to introduce our wonderful guest for today.
Yeah, so friends, we have a really special guest today. I think you're gonna all be really excited to see the book that we're reading today. It's one of my favorites, and it's a book that was created in India, actually. And our guest, who's gonna come on in a minute, is gonna tell you a lot more about it. But today we're not only reading in English, so it's a poem, because you know it's Poetry Month, so we gotta do poems. So you're gonna be hearing a poem in English and also in Hindi. And so I want to introduce to you my colleague and my friend, Miss Isha Valles. And Isha is a director, division head over here at the Arts Institute with me and with Sarah and with Miss Tracy. And we are so excited to have her join us and read to us in 2 different languages this incredible poem.
Hello, everyone. I'm Isha Vyas, as Lindsay said, and I'm from the Arts Institute of Middlesex County. Hello. And I'm so excited to see so many wonderful and friendly faces here today. And so, as Lindsay said, I'm going to read a book. It's called I Saw a Peacock with a Fiery Tail. And as she said, this is in celebration of the National Poetry Month, which is this month, April. This book contains a folk poem, which was written over 400 years ago. And this was written in England for children. The illustration of this book is by Ram Singh Urveti. He's an award-winning artist from the Gond tribe of Central region of India. The Gond tribal artists typically paint walls and floors of their homes with flowers, trees, animals, birds, using simple lines, dots, and spirals. They use bright colors and they color them with charcoal, colored soil, and leaves. The graphic designer for this book is Jonathan Yamakami, and the book was handmade by Tara Books in India. I will read this book to you in English and in Hindi. And Hindi is a language, it is an official language in India, and it is also the language spoken by the artist Ram Singh Urveti. Some of you may know that Hindi is the 4th most widely spoken language in the world. So let's read the book now. I saw a peacock with a fiery tail. Okay. So while the drawings in this book are in black and white, I hope you will use your imagination and use the colors of your mind to paint these pictures, these images in your mind. I saw a peacock. मैंने देखा एक मोर. Moor is the Hindi word for peacock. I saw a peacock. मैंने देखा एक मोर. I also want to let you, all of you know this book is so wonderful. It has cutouts and the drawings, and these cutouts gives you a peek into what the next page will say. So be a lookout on that, okay? So I'll start over again. I saw a peacock. मैंने देखा एक मोर. With a fiery tail. चमकती पूंछ वाला. I saw a blazing comet. मैंने देखा एक उल्का तारा. Comet is ulka tara in Hindi. Drop down hail. ओले गिराता हुआ. I saw a cloud. मैंने देखा एक बादल. Cloud is बादल. With ivy circled around. Ivy से घिरा हुआ. I saw a sturdy oak. मैंने देखा एक मजबूत ओक का पेड़. Creep on the ground. जमीन पे रेंगता हुआ. I saw an ant. मैंने देखा एक चींटी. Chiti is ant. Swallow up a whale. Whale को निगलता हुआ. I saw a raging sea. मैंने देखा एक उग्र सागर. Brimful of ale. Ale से भरा हुआ. I saw a Venice glass. मैंने देखा एक Venice glass. "16 foot deep. 16 foot गहरा. I saw a well. मैंने देखा एक कुआं. Kuan is a well. Full of men's tears that weep. आदमी के रोते हुए आंसू से भरा. I saw their eyes. मैंने देखा उनकी आंखें. आंखें is eyes. All in a flame of fire. आग की लपेट में. I saw a house. मैंने देखा एक घर. I hope you're coloring these pictures with your imagination. As big as the moon and higher. चांद जैसा बड़ा और ऊंचा. I saw the sun. मैंने देखा सूरज. Even in the midst of the night. रात के बीच में भी. I saw a man. मैंने देखा वो आदमी. That saw this wondrous sight. जिसने ये Adbhut Drishya Dekha. I hope all of you saw this wondrous sight and all these beautiful images. Thank you so much for listening to me and seeing this book. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will go to your libraries or a bookstore to get this book. It's really worth reading this book in your hand because these cutouts are so wonderful. And now I'm going to turn this over to Sarah, who's going to lead you to the next activity. Thank you again so much for listening to this poem.
Thank you, Miss Isha. That was wonderful. Thank you everyone for being here. We're so excited. That was a wonderful book. Well, we really suggest that everyone have the opportunity to, look, Miss Lindsay has something over there.
I was going to show it to you guys because
Yeah.
I actually have the real book. And I want you to see, this is what some people call a tunnel book. So you can see it has a tunnel that goes through it. So these pages, it's hard to tell on a screen, I know, but you can actually stick your finger through. See? And so they're like these little windows on each of the screens. So I just thought that was really cool. Some of them, look at that, it's all cut out, a piece that flips.
What I really liked about the book was the usage of eyes and how, like, I think it's the last pages, there's 2 holes for the eyes and they kind of pierce through, they're like cutouts. So they pierce through a couple of the pages.
Yes, look at, that's what Miss Sarah's talking about right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, see, look,
It's
I
a
can
really
put
cool
my eyes.
image.
Oh, I see you guys.
Wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next section of the day, and we have a quick video. So the activity for today is a pen and ink drawing. So what you guys are gonna need for this is a piece of paper. So I have my white piece of paper, but you can really use any kind of color that you want. And then the read and make guide says like black ink, so a pen and a marker, but if you have other colors, that's totally fine. Before we get started though, we actually have a really wonderful video that some of our Rutgers interns, their name is Kuhu, created for today's activity. So I'm gonna show the video, and then Miss Ayana and I, and Miss Paloma is also here. We're all gonna take an activity. We're all gonna practice making these pen and ink drawings, okay?
In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing how to make a Peacock Zentangle. The only supplies that you need are a piece of paper and a marker. So this is just a hand-drawn picture of a peacock that I did first as an outline, and then I'm going to go ahead with my marker and just basically trace this. Yeah. So as you can see, I went ahead and outlined my image using a marker. And right now I'm just trying to create different kinds of shapes and patterns on my peacock, and I'm just trying to create different kinds of lines, dots, marks, to create different kinds of textures and patterns. So here is an example of how you can use shapes and patterns for one of the feathers. So feel free to use your imagination and create different kinds of patterns, textures, and shapes for the remaining of the feathers.
Awesome. All right. Well, everyone feel free to start. I'm gonna attempt to make a peacock, but I think I might also try making a flower with details on it. But everybody really is able to draw whatever they want. So does anybody have any questions? I see Paloma's over there drawing something.
I think I'm going for the eye because I was really drawn to the eye at the end of the book. I'm gonna add like some flower pattern work around it. Abstract.
Yes, I love it. I also really love the table that you're drawing on.
Oh, thank you. It is a yard sale find. That's where I got my inspiration for the
Oh,
flower bit. This
yes.
kind of a motif.
I love it.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions? Okay. I think that we're just gonna get working. Miss Ayana, do you have any idea about what you're gonna draw?
I don't know. Probably a heart.
Okay. All right. Let's get to working, everyone.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
It kicked me out, so I don't know how to draw it.
That's okay. Me either. I'm figuring it out. So you don't have to draw a peacock if you don't want to. You can draw
Something else?
yeah, you could draw something else. You can draw a flower. I was also thinking about drawing a flower as well. Okay. I think the idea could be to draw something that's kind of simple and then you can add details to it. Kind of like Miss Kuhu did in her video.
Okay, thank
Or like
you.
how Miss Paloma is doing right there too. Okay.
Yeah, it could be a really simple design and you just add the detail, the pattern work. For sure.
You want to see my peacock so far? That's what it looks like.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That is.
Oh, Gia, that's awesome. My goodness. Does anybody want to share how their art is coming out? Oh, Maria, that's awesome. I love it.
Oh wow.
Hello.
Evan, that's
Hi,
Hello.
Evan.
Hello.
That's awesome. Like an Easter egg. That's great.
It's the black egg. Yeah, the black egg.
It's the black egg. That's great. Maya, are you working on anything interesting over there? Oh,
Look what I mean.
well, that's beautiful, Mr. Ayana. I love it.
Got a little bit of everything going on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm curious to know, does anybody here speak another language? Speak two languages or even more?
I try to speak Spanish.
Oh, Miss Sarah speaks Spanish. Miss Sarah, do you speak Spanish?
I do. I speak Spanish.
I attempted.
I know Hindi and Malayalam.
Ooh.
Spanish too.
Oh.
I would love to know if anybody knows the word peacock in another language. That's such a strange word, right? Do you know? Antonia, how do you say peacock? Oh, I think she froze. How about you, Miss Sarah? Do you know what peacock is? I see you're Googling it. Look at her. We're catching her. Tricky.
I Googled it, but the word that it says here, I don't,
I know how to say it.
how do you say it?
Pavo real.
Pavo real, yeah.
Very nice. Antonia beat you to it, Sarah.
Yeah, she did.
Does
Next time.
anyone remember what it is in Hindi? I read it in Hindi.
Isn't it more or
That's
something like that?
right. Yay!
Oh, good
It is
job.
more.
Gia, did you say you knew how to say peacock in another language or no?
More.
More. Okay. Oh yeah, Darsh, thank
I
you.
know how to say it in Hindi. It's more.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
More. That's a lot easier than peacock, huh?
Mhm. I see your art box over there, Maya. That's awesome. You brought it with you all the way to Chicago?
It was here. I made it today.
Oh my goodness. Look at you.
There was a lot of art supplies here in that box with some toys. So I took that toys out and left the things in the art supplies, and I just cleaned it up a little bit. And then I took a Sharpie marker, a thick one, in a different room, and then I sent that, and then now this is it.
Oh, that's so
they're
organized.
organized. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Good for
Maya.
you.
And then it got a glitter pen.
Ooh.
It's like glitter, but they're like looks like pens.
Oh, I know those. They're great for writing. That's awesome. I love your butterfly.
I want to know how to say peacock in French. I have a feeling it's going to sound very fancy, but I don't know.
Wait, Emily, what language do you speak? Didn't you say that you spoke another language? That you spoke more than one language?
I'm learning how to speak Spanish.
Oh, good. That's exciting. Well, if you ever want to practice.
We could learn together.
Mhm.
It looks like it's in French. It's péonné. For if it's a girl peacock, it's péonné.
You say it's pen. Say it like pen.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Pet. Like something like that.
Pet. Yeah, I'm no good at French.
No, me either.
Péonné.
Penne.
Péonné. Or péon.
So a girl peacock is also called a peahen, and in Hindi, a female peacock or a peahen is called morni.
Okay.
So for information, the peacock is international bird for the India.
National bird, that's right.
Oh.
Oh, that's good to know. What a great national bird.
Mhm.
Do we know what the North American national bird is? I guess it's an eagle, right?
That's right. Yeah.
The bald eagle.
The bald eagle, yeah.
I don't know. I think I like a peacock better.
I think I prefer a peacock, yeah. Is it true that only the male peacocks are the ones who have like the extravagant display?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's true.
And the peacock feather holds a lot of, I don't know, like a lot of like regal.
Yeah, it's like
power.
good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another.
Have you ever seen a white peacock before?
No.
Oh my God, not in person.
It's
but
so pretty.
yeah. Where have you
Went
seen
to a
it?
museum in New Jersey. There's a museum I think it's close to Trenton. And like we went in like school and there was peacocks there, but I don't think they're there anymore because it got eaten by something or something like that. But yeah.
It's grounds for sculpture.
Yes.
They're still there. The peacock is still there.
They're still
But
surviving.
the white one isn't.
No, the white one's not
No, I don't
there.
think the white
The
one.
other one though chased me when I was coming to the entrance.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yes.
He
So
liked
I was
you.
taking a video. I guess he didn't like that.
Some of our county parks have the little zoos. They have, right, a Merrill Park in Woodbridge has a small zoo, and they have a peacock there as well.
Yeah, Tracy and I heard a story about how that peacock escaped, I guess.
Oh.
But he came back on his own, so nobody has to worry. He ran away and then he just took a little walk and then he decided he would come home.
He had places to go, you know?
Yeah.
A little vacation.
Yes, Maya.
I was like little, but not too little. We went to this like petting zoo and we saw a peacock like open up.
Isn't it pretty when it does?
I have a lot of,
We have some pictures, but I think it was a blue one or something.
I think it's a turtleback zoo where I have like a lot of memories of going there and seeing a lot of peacocks like walking around, being on top of buildings.
Running loose.
Mhm.
Look.
Oh.
Oh, great.
That's a square. I think it's too detailed for me to color.
Beautiful.
That's gonna take a lot of time and patience that I don't have, you know?
Where's your heart?
But it looks similar to all the illustrations in the book.
Mhm.
Black and white, yeah.
Does anybody else want to share? Yeah, Gia, do you want to share? Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Wait, can I see?
Oh, wow.
That is cute.
That is.
I like the yellow around it.
I love the colors.
Thank you. The yellow and green around it is a little design.
Love it.
That's your own taste to it.
Mm-hmm.
So you go, girl.
Darsh, do you want to share what you've been working on? Or does anybody else want to share before we wrap up?
Miss Sarah, did you finish?
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow.
That is cute.
I love it.
Antonia?
Yes, Antonia.
Yes, yes.
Oh, is that a sun?
No, it's a heart.
Oh, I love it. Here's I didn't finish yet, but part of my peacock.
Oh, yes. What you mean you can't draw? That looks good.
Yeah, you guys like it?
Yeah, I like it. Now you have to color that. That's gonna look really nice. But it's too tedious. That's very
tedious. But none of the drawings in the book were colored.
That's very true.
Does anybody else want to share before we introduce our book for next week?
Excuse me. Doesn't this event end at 5?
The event kind of ends whenever we feel like it. It kind of ends a little bit before 5. Yeah, it's from 4 to usually we end around like 4:45.
It usually just depends on how long our activity runs or how the competition's going and stuff like that.
All right. Evan, do you want to share your final piece? I know you shared it earlier. Did you add anything else to it?
I've been adding more stuff. Yeah, and I'll show you what I got so far. Take a look.
Oh my goodness, that is
I like that.
awesome.
I love that.
Yes, I do.
That is great.
Wow.
Oh, that is really dope. I love that.
Thanks.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really love today how we were talking about different languages. And I know quite a few of us said that we were either learning Spanish or we already spoke Spanish. So next week, I'm going to be reading a book in Spanish and in English. So it's going to be a great opportunity for those of you who already are learning or speak Spanish to hear in a different language, but then also for those of you who are interested in learning Spanish or don't know it, for you to be exposed to it. So next week we'll be reading a book called The Snow and the Sun, written by Antonio Frasconi. And this is a book that's this artist. Lindsay, can you explain kind of a little bit more about Antonio Frasconi?
Yeah. So this is a really cool book by an artist who is a Spanish-speaking first artist, but it's been translated into English as well. So you'll, just like today, how Miss Isha read in Spanish and English, you're going to hear two languages of this book. And it's another poem, and it's a folk poem. So this is a poem that was told to kids for many, many years. And the illustrations were actually done, I don't know if you can see it from this picture, but the illustrations are prints. So instead of just painting or drawing directly onto the page, the way that the artist created this was to carve into something and then roll it with ink and then press it down onto paper and pull it up, and it made a print. Has anybody ever made a print? I bet you make hand prints all the time, right? Have you ever taken your hand and put it on the window and then you remove it and there's a smudgy smudge? Or how about prints in the snow, right? With your feet.
Last week we made a print.
Yeah, so that's how all these illustrations are made, was with prints. And so we're gonna do some printing next time you come back too. We'll show you how to do that using some styrofoam and some ink, and we'll get messy. And even if you don't have all those materials at home with you, you can watch us and you can figure out how to do it, and then you can do it in your own home. But everybody can make a print. If you have a hand, you can make a print. If you have a foot, you can make a print. So there's lots of ways to print.
I also want to thank Miss Isha for being here today. You did a wonderful job, and everybody else that was here today. It was really wonderful. So thank you so much, Miss Ayana, Miss Paloma. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. I just want to say thank Sean for playing some Indian music too. He was playing some Bhangra music, and that's dance music. So next time we could also be doing some dance, some Spanish dance music.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, DJ.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. All right. And have a wonderful evening. And we'll see you next Wednesday at 4 p.m. with a different link.